appreciate that thought. So back to the question I kind of queued up earlier. I guess when I look at a lot of things in life, I look at extremes and then I want to find the middle. So for an example, we talk a lot about workaholism and laziness. Where's both of those extremes being equally damaging to you and your health? How do you find the middle? How do you get there? And when it comes to the middle ground between confidence and humility, how can we locate that, Craig? I mean, school us, mentor us on that question.
I don't know that there ever is a perfect balance. And that's why I like the idea of tension, that right. Almost like a tether, that if I'm naturally confident, that my humility is pulling me back to keep that confidence from going too far, and vice versa, that my humility. And so that's why I will often interchange the terms and say it's a humbly confident leader or it's a confidently humble leader. That I think you got to have those two dynamics in there. But I think that if I'm wired to be more confident, that's where I'm always going to naturally go. It's never going to be, all right, I'm perfectly balanced. And it's going to have to be this constant adjustment. And that's okay. I mean, I've heard, I don't know the exact number, but like, a plane that's flying across the country, that it's technically off course more than it's on course, even with autopilot, there's just those constant micro adjustments to get it to the proper location. And I think that God does the same thing with us. If we're open, that there'll be that constant, that pull of that tension back and forth. I need a little bit more confidence. I need a little bit more humility.
That's interesting because that's balance, right? When I stand up, it may look like I'm standing still, but I'm really not. There's hundreds of muscles, right? Probably and a internal, balance system. And I don't know, I'm out of balance until I'm so far out of balance that I have to take a step to catch myself. And maybe there's some similarities there as well. That when you find yourself having to catch yourself in the same areas over and over again, then maybe John's question is answered. How do I stay in the middle? Like, well, you're comfortable there. And if there's something out of balance, then a loving God gives us the ability to feel pain so we know something's wrong, so we can do something about it, take action. Yeah. I got a question.
Go ahead, John.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, real quick. Sorry, we're kind of stepping on each other a little bit today. So, Craig, what would you say to a leader who's really frustrated with this? Where they feel like like they're ping ponging, between those two extremes, and they ask themselves this question: am I ever going to get this right?
Sure.
What would you say to them?
Well, the first thing that I would say is you are in a great place in the fact that you're feeling frustrated by this, because most of the people that get carried away with either being overly confident or overly humble, they don't realize it. They aren't allowing the Holy Spirit to make them aware of that. So the very fact that somebody's saying, I'm frustrated by this process, tells me that they're sensitive to the Holy Spirit that's saying, hey, you're out of alignment here and you need to come back. So that would be my first word of encouragement to somebody is it's a good thing that you feel the frustration there.